Hey VC, how's it going? My name is Rod. I'm your happy hippie, and I'm back again to do another one of my random pick videos. 3 random records. I'm doing this thing where I've got so many records that I'm not listening to. I decided to put a hold on buying new ones for a minute. And I'm going back in and digging out albums I haven't listened to in a while. Sometimes they're newer albums that I've bought, especially in 2020, maybe even this year, that I listen to once, maybe twice, and just kind of they get put back because I'm buying other new stuff or because I'm grabbing my favorite Dead albums and playing those all the time, or the Stones. So I'm making a conscious effort to really enjoy the albums in my collection. I got a lot of time on my hands lately. The heat wave has kind of kept me in the house the last few days. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going back and enjoying music. In the background, It's a Beautiful Day live at Carnegie Hall. Great live album, man. I love live music myself. Love the sound of it. This is a great album. This is not one of the ones I'm really discussing today. This is just what I'm listening to. Psych Band, 1972. It's a Beautiful Day. And they got a song on here, Hot Summer Day, which really describes what's going on in our country and Canada. God, they hit, 120 degrees yesterday? Whew. So God bless those folks out there, man. If you're battling the heat, keep lots of fluids in you guys. Stay safe out there. Stay safe, please. Okay, I'm going to talk about 3 albums I dug out yesterday. I hate to use the word dug out because I'm not digging them out. I'm just pulling them off the shelf. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On? Rolling Stone magazine voted this the greatest album of all time, and it's a wonderful album. It's an iconic album. I've said this before. When things are cliched alike, there's a reason why it's cliche, because it's a damn good album. Rolling Stone magazine says this is the best album ever made, and it's hard to disagree with that. It really is. You got What's Going On it. What's Happening, Brother? Right On is a 7-minute song on the second side, which is just fantastic. Young, dapper Marvin Gaye, and this is from 1971. This is a reissue. It sounds wonderful. If you're watching my video, you probably have this in your collection. If not, even if you're a rocker, man, and you're not into that style of music, or whatever the case may be, give this album a chance. If you haven't already purchased it, go out and get a copy of this album. Marvin Gaye. The reason they say it's the #1 album of all time is because it's definitely in the top 10, man. It's a marvelous, marvelous album. Marvin Gaye, let's get it on. From the first track of the first side to the last song of the second side, it grips you and it holds you there. It's not outdated. It's still a wonderful, wonderful listen. Marvin Gaye. In fact, I played this one last night. There's a couple other ones I haven't even shown yet because I'm only doing this in sets of 3. But this hit me so hard last night, about 1 o'clock in the morning. I was listening to it, and it's a masterpiece. God rest his soul. Marvin Gaye is going to be in my 3 that I've pulled out and really enjoying again. Another one is a newer one, much newer, on red vinyl. ACDC, their last album, came out last year. Maybe it was this year. I think it was last year. Who am I kidding? Let's see. 2020. I liked ACDC when I was in junior high school. I thought they were just the coolest thing in the world. Kind of fell out with them as far as listening to them. When I got back into vinyl this time, I went back and I made sure I got Highway to Hell and Let There Be Rock, my two favorite albums by them. And when this came out last year, I had to pick it up. And I listened to it one time and just kind of ignored it after that. This is one of the better ones they've done over the last 20 years. It won't blow your socks off, or at least it didn't blow mine off. But it's a solid listen. ACDC. Glad I got it. I'm keeping this. Keeping all my records, but this is not one of those albums that we get and we decide, I don't really like that. Why did I buy that? I'm really glad I went back and re-listened to this album. ACDC 2020. Hey, and before I forget, let me get some shout-outs before everyone turns the video off. I want everyone to hear these shout-outs. 3 shout-outs I'm giving is 2 from the trunk. Tony, great channel, Tony. He showed a video today about what he had gotten for Father's Day, and he showed some really cool stuff. I like 2 from the trunk. It's a great channel. Let's get him up there in subs. Gus69, fantastic knowledge of metal. I'm not even that into metal, but I watch his channel because his videos are very well done. Great knowledge of music. Also, the Big Yellow Rebel. Got to throw a shout out to the Big Yellow Rebel. Another album I'm showing. In fact, I'm showing 4 today, not 3. What the hell? I'm showing 4. The Rolling Stones. This is their last studio album of original material. They came out with one after this of all their favorite blues songs, blues covers, but this is the last official Rolling Stone music album. Bigger Bang. I love that album. I remember when it came out, I made sure I went down to the disc exchange in Knoxville the week it came out and picked up a copy. I love every song on this album. A solid listen. You buy it on vinyl, it's 2 LPs because it was a pretty long CD. There's a song on here. It kind of gets political. You're not sure who he's talking about. Was it our president? Was it their prime minister? Where he talks about, you call yourself a Christian. I think you are a hypocrite. You call yourself a patriot. I think you are a piece of shit. Some strong songs on here. Song Here You Go Again, Messing Up My Life. Actually, it says effing up my life. Rolling Stones, Bigger Bang. Fantastic album. I paid up for this album because it was hard to find on LP. And I think I paid, like $50 for this album because at the time, the only place you could get it was in their box set of all their reissues, and people were breaking up the box sets and selling off the albums. And now they re-released it. You could buy a reissue of it. But I'm really glad I got that album. It hasn't been that long since I played it. So that's kind of cheating, but it's kind of not because I did want to spend some time with it and listen to the whole thing again. So, Rolling Stones, Bigger Bang. And last but not least, I played this like 4 or 5 times probably when I got it, and I haven't played it since. It's a reissue of the album Wildflowers, and I just got the 3 album version of it. You can't see the inside because I got my arms covering it up, but I don't want to pull it out. I think everyone's seen this album. I remember when the CD came out in '94. I was in radio, and the song where he goes, let's roll another joint. They gave us a radio edited version of it. And it wasn't, I don't understand why they did it, because it was that hit another joint, but he wasn't referring to necessarily hit a joint. He was like, go to another joint, another place. But I remember thinking, what's the difference between hit another joint and roll another joint? Tom Petty Wildflowers. In fact, we had a lady that advertised for the radio station. She was an advertiser at the radio station. And allegedly she complained about that song. And I remember thinking, why are we catering to the preference of one advertiser? I think the sales lady, her name was Leanne, I think she was a liar. And I think she was trying to get the music director in trouble with me. Not realizing she's dogging on Tom Petty. And the owners of the station pretty much told her, tough crap. We're not going to stop playing Tom Petty. Because allegedly one woman who advertises complained. But this is the reissue, remastered. Like I said, I got the 3-disc version or 3-album version. It's the whole album redone. Plus an album of stuff that never made it to the CD. He had a lot of material for that CD. The record company did not want it all on there for some reason. And this is the way that he had envisioned the album. And it sounds wonderful, man. I played that yesterday, as a matter of fact. All 3 albums back to back. And it's truly, truly a masterpiece. I saw videos in the VC of the big box that he had with all the live cuts and everything, man. It looked great, but that was in my budget. Tom Petty Wildflowers are 4 albums I went back and revisited in the last 2 days. I encourage everyone to do it, man. Grab an album you haven't listened to in a while. And just sit down and get to know it again. Enjoy it. Sometimes it's one that you may have burnt out, but you haven't played it in a long time. Like the Marvin Gaye for me. And just go back and sit down, and it's like finding new music all over again in a way. So, thanks everyone for watching. Again, we're in the midst of a heat wave. Take care of yourself, man. Be safe out there. Peace.